Assalamu alaikum dear students. Welcome to your history class. Today we are going to start chapter number 11 that deals with the problems that Pakistan faced right after the partition of the subcontinent. So let's get started. In this unit we are going to go through the problems that Pakistan faced as a nascent state. These problems include the geographical problems, then the political problems and the administrative and governmental machinery that Pakistan needed to run its governmental political affairs. So Pakistan lacked in the political machinery and administration, and it had to face many problems. Then economic problems. Pakistan was not a wealthy country and its economy was based on agriculture, but it needed it needed to become industrialized state in order to become wealthy. So there were economic problems, then social problems. Pakistan was divided, although it was a Muslim majority country, but it was divided into various subgroups. Pakhtuns, Balochis, Sindhis, Punjabis, and Bengalis were a part of this nascent state. And they had different traditions, different cultures, languages, and lifestyles. So there were differences between their culture and language, although they the only bonding which they had was their religion. Although they were Muslims, but they had differences in their outlooks of life and in their ways of living. And then accession of the princely states, Hyderabad, Junagadh and Kashmir wanted to be a part of Pakistan, but they were denied their right to join Pakistan. And India snatched these states from Pakistan on military bases, right? And then the division of financial and military assets, the assets that were belonged to Pakistan were not given to Pakistan. And then the canal water disputes, as I've talked earlier, that Pakistan was an agriculture-based society and its economy depended on agriculture. So it needed water resources for agriculture purposes. But its due water share was denied to it, and therefore several water disputes arise between Pakistan and India. Then the refugees and the accommodation crisis. The immediate and most severe problem that Pakistan leadership had to face at that time was the accommodation of the refugees and accommodation of the people that were there in Pakistan. So it was a biggest challenge for Pakistani leadership, and Quaid-e-Azam dealt with this crisis in a very wise way. Now let's get started. In today's lesson, we are going to study the introduction and the reaction to the Radcliffe Award and geographical problems. So let's get started. First, I would go through the introduction, the problems of partition and the nascent state. Pakistan came into existence on 14th August 1947, and Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was its first Governor General. But he had to face many problems. The first and foremost problem that Quaid-e-Azam had to face was to hold it together, to hold Pakistan together, because Congress leaders were of the view that Pakistan was not a viable state and it would not survive for a long time, and ultimately it would merge in India. So the biggest challenge that Quaid-e-Azam had to face was to hold it together, right? And Quaid-e-Azam, alhamdulillah, was successful in doing so, and he lived long enough to make it a viable state. He lived only 1 year after the partition, which was enough to make Pakistan a stronger state, and it was long enough to establish Pakistan as a viable state. But unfortunately, it wasn't long enough to make it a stable state in terms of politics, economy, and administration. Now, the reaction to the Redcliffe Awards. We know that the three main communities that were living in the Indian subcontinent were Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs. Hindus, although were in majority, but Muslims and Sikhs made a large number of population in the Indian subcontinent, and Sikhs wanted to have a separate Sikh state. But Lord Mountbatten announced that he divided the Indian subcontinent on the basis of Muslim and non-Muslim majority areas. He is not a miracle worker, and to form a Sikh state was not on his list. So Sikhs objected to the partition. They wanted a separate Sikh states. And Hindus also had objections. They wanted Chittagong Hill tracts to be included in India. But Chittagong Hill tracts were given to West Pakistan. And Jinnah also denounced the Redcliffe Award. He regarded them as unjust and incomprehensible because Firozpur and Gurdaspur were Muslim majority areas which were awarded to India. And when Gurdaspur was given to India, India had no border with Kashmir, and when Gurdaspur was given to India, India found a border with Kashmir which allowed India to intervene in the areas of Kashmir. So the decision of giving Gurdaspur to India was a very unjust and unwise decision, because then Kashmir dispute was arisen due to it, and it kept on causing violence and in India and Pakistan and in Kashmir also. And this remains, the dispute of Kashmir remains a bone of contentment between the two countries. And even after 70 years, more than 70 years, the solution to Kashmir dispute could not be founded. And Calcutta was also given to India, but Calcutta was an industrial area, and the economy of West Pakistan depended on Calcutta. So it was also an unjust and unwise decision on the part of Redcliffe. So yes, Sikhs had their objections to Redcliffe Award, Hindus had their own objections, and Muslims also had grievances and objections to the Redcliffe Award. Now let's move to geographical problems. Pakistan was divided into East Pakistan and West Pakistan. East Pakistan comprises of Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Balochistan, and Sindh. West Pakistan comprises of Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, and East Pakistan comprises of Bengal. So the vast difference between these two parts of Pakistan posed great problems, because this was not only vast distance, but there were several other differences between these two parts of Pakistan. They had different outlooks, they have different ways of living, their ideologies, their lifestyles, everything was different. So administrative problems were also important, because these two parts of Pakistan were separated by almost 1,000 miles of land that belonged to India. So East and West Pakistan was separated by almost 1,000 miles of land, and that 1,000 miles of land belongs to India. So these geographical problems posed great difficulties for Pakistan. And there was nothing in common between East and West Pakistan, except that they belonged to one religion. The majority population was Muslims, apart from this, there was nothing in common between East Pakistan and West Pakistan. So we know that sadly and unfortunately in 1971, East Pakistan was separated from the West Pakistan once and for all, because there were not only administrative problems, but there were social and political problems between these two parts. And Indian government kept on supporting the anti-state elements in East Pakistan, and their intervention finally was the one major cause of separating East Pakistan from the West Pakistan. Okay, students, that is all for today. I want you to go through page number 109 and 110 so that you can have a better understanding of this topic. That is all for today. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.